Hello everyone. So today we'll try to understand the structure of an atom. So before moving on to that, first let's try to understand what actually atom is. So atom is actually the building block of matter. It is the smallest unit of matter, which is composed of three subatomic particles known as protons, electrons, and neutrons. Where protons are the positively charged particles, the electrons are the negatively charged, and neutrons does not have any charge on it. It is neither negatively charged nor it is positively charged. Now moving on to the structure of atom. So through history, scientists did experiment and they put some models through to understand the structure of atom, and then there were some mistakes which they did in putting up that the structure of atom and understanding it, and then it was solved by some other scientists. And at present, we have a model which through on which different scientists agree on that this is the right structure of an atom. So we'll go through that history. So first model was put up by J.J. Thomson. It is also known as Plum-Pudding model. So what he said in his model was that the atom is like a positive sphere on which the electrons are embedded. And he compared it with plum pudding, which people make on Christmas, or also he compared it with a watermelon. So just imagine a half-cut watermelon. The red portion of it is the positive sphere, and the black seeds of the watermelon are the electrons which are embedded on it. So that's what Thomson said. Then after some time came Ernst Rutherford. He did gold foil experiment, the famous gold foil experiment, in which he fired alpha particles on a very thin gold foil, like this, and then if the Thomson model would have been correct, all the alpha particles would have passed straight through the gold foil. But and actually the maximum of the alpha particles did pass through the gold foil, but there were very few alpha particles was slightly deflected at a slight angle, and there were very few particles which like deflected completely opposite to the gold foil at a 180-degree angle. So through that he concluded that there is some positive, concentrated positive energy in the center of the atom, which he named as nucleus. And he proposed that the electrons are revolving around the nucleus in orbits. But then there was some drawback with this model, because if the electrons would like revolve around it, it would lose energy after some time and it would accelerate and it will spiral towards the nucleus of the atom. That would make the atom very highly unstable. But in reality, we know that the atom is stable and it is not unstable. So this was the drawback of Rutherford model. And this experiment he did in 1911. Just after 2 years, in 1913, came Neil Bohr, and he what he said that the orbits at very specific energy levels, and the electrons are revolving on those orbits, but they cannot they move in that orbit only, and so that solved the problem of that they won't spiral between and fall into the nucleus. They are at very specific and discrete energy levels, and if they will go on a higher energy level, they will absorb energy. But if they will come from high energy level to the lower energy level, they will release energy, and they cannot move from the lowest lower energy level to the nucleus. So that solved the problem which was coming in the Ernst Rutherford model, and that's what Neil Bohr proposed. He named the energy level as K, L, M, and N. So this was Neil Bohr model of an atom, and this is the structure which scientists approve on. Like in again in 1932, James Chadwick discovered neutrons. That neutrons exist, and that like kind of solved that why the mass of the nucleus is very much heavy. And even like after that, the through quantum mechanism, a different structure of an atom was proposed, and in higher classes you read about that, but up to this class, up to 10th and 9th grade, we read Neil Bohr model of an atom, and it is approved model of an atom that scientists approve this model. And through the structure we kind of understand the different concepts, like how atoms interact with each other, and different how electrons move from one energy to the higher energy level, and what happens when that thing really does. So through this we kind of have now a basic understanding that what actually the structure of an atom is. So thanks for watching.